Well, hello, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. This is Phyllis with CreativeDomenica. Having a nice cup of lemon ginger tea here. Yum. And I wanted to revisit, let's see. Let's work on, we made these traveler's journals, and I did do a video on those, but I want to do some decorating. And then I just did a video on these guys, and this is what I want to use right now because these pages are complete. And I just want to show how by you having things like this made already that you could, let me see if I can get this page out of here. Okay. And I kind of like how they look when you tear them. The other thing is, on my previous video, I said how when I do these again, I would not do them on both sides. It's good if you're going to do tags. See, my intention with this book was just to have this as an art journal. And I could certainly do that, you know, no problem. But I want to make, I want to use some of these things as elements. And so what I want to do is, what I should start to do is maybe make one. And then, because these are thick. I mean, when you're putting multiple pages on both sides and stickers, it makes it really, really thick. So, and you could cut, I don't even know if my cutter would cut it. So let's just see for giggles. So this is a good size for this journal. So if we want to take, let's see. I don't know how easy these are going to be to cut, but these are going to be like 7.5. So suppose we want to do like a pocket. They're going to be a little big for a pocket, but let's see. Let me just cut a piece of this off. And so I may want to keep that saying there and maybe just try, let's see. See, it's, oh, okay, so it did cut it after a couple of passes. So we could certainly use this on a page. It's, like I said, it's a little long, just a little bit. Okay. So yeah, we could definitely use that on a page. It just fits. And it doesn't really matter if it goes out a little bit. I mean, yeah, we could definitely put that one there, and then we would have a pocket. So let's just, I think I want to, because I wasn't entirely done with this journal. There was some things I still wanted to put in here. And this is from those books that I just reviewed. These are some pages from that book. So we could certainly put this here, and that's what I'm going to do. So now you could, you know, if you, well, now, I mean, I cut the back out, but I wanted it for this image on the front. So I'm just using up my stash here, and I am going to, I'm going to be doing more of these books, and I'm just going to put this right here. And now you're going to have a nice little pocket there. So we have that now on that page. We have some journaling here. I'm going to do something on that page as well. I think my cat just knocked something over. I don't know what. So I also want to make some of these. I love these things. And I think we can make them with some of these. So let's take a look. I'm just going to start making more of these this way. I don't get confused about the front or the back. So these are going to be about this band here. So this is going to be approximately, let's see, 2 inches. So it's going to be 2 inches by whatever height your book is going to be. So this is just a little under 8. So, and then this is going to be smaller too, because it has to fit in the back pocket here. Okay. So I think what we're going to do is, let's see, let me get rid of this for a second. Okay. So let me, ours are going to be a little, this is going to be a little short. Oh, this is a printable. You know what? Let me grab a, let me just put this to the side for a second, because I want something that's going to be the length of the page that we put that on. So, oh, here they are. I have them right in front of me. Oh my, I printed out a whole bunch of printables the other day, and I'm just going to show you some of them. And now I've had these for a while, and so I would have to list in the description where I got them, because off the top of my head, all I could tell you is I bought them on Etsy. And so, I mean, there are some beautiful printables that you can get. But what I'm looking for, this I know is from Louise Hensel, her name is. This is definitely her style. And she's on Etsy, and she's got YouTube channel as well. And she comes up with she's extremely creative. She comes up with amazing things. And as you could see here, how beautiful that printable is. Yeah, it's just really stunning. And this would be great for a journal cover. I think that was my intention, and that's why I cut it out. So I am not going to mess with that one, because I do want to use that. And even though these are single-sided, you can certainly just glue another page onto the back of it. So you won't have any problems with that. Or, I mean, look, I have 2 of them. So you could just glue them together, and then your front will be the, you know, it's going to be different, because now what's in the back of the cover will be on the inside. So it's kind of going to be reversed. So we might be doing a journal with this, because I love this paper. It's beautiful. Okay. And so, like I said, I got a lot of these a while ago. So what I'm looking for is something that we could, I can't remember her name either. But list in the comment if you're interested in, I could try to find out who I got these from. This is a good one. Let's go with these. This one right here. So now a lot of these people that I get these from are from the UK, and so they have the A4 size paper, I believe, not our standard 8.5 by 11. Oh, that is good tea. Okay. And so what the first thing I'm going to do is just get rid of, sometimes I print these out with no borders, but I had a different printer back then. So I don't know what my rhyme or what my reasoning was for having the white. But it's easy enough just to cut it off. Okay. Oh my gosh, did I injure my foot? I have a dog and a cat now. So I have, you know, those child-proof doors that you kind of, it's like a tension door. You put it across the hallway and there's a little door in there. So what I did the other night was when I opened the door, instead of stepping over the metal bar on the bottom, I stepped on it. And I don't know if I fractured my toe or what, but I mean, it's like having a toothache in your foot. So it's been throbbing 2 nights in a row, so I haven't had a lot of sleep. So I'm like, I feel like I'm a spaz, but you know, I wasn't paying attention, and I was half asleep because I wanted to make sure I had shut the lights in my room. And so there you go. I got boo-booed. And so I just hope it's not going to give me any problems. And so this looks like it's a good size here. It looks like, that looks like it's the same size, right? Give or take maybe a little tiny piece. So now this was 2 inches. So I'm just going to cut this at 4 inches because I want to fold it over. So you could do, you know, if you want, you could get your scoreboard out. And I don't know what happened to my mini one. And you could score it or just fold it in half. I'm just going to fold it in half because this is 4 inches. And so, get this out of the way. And I'm just going to fold it to the best of my ability. Because this is kind of thick. This, what I printed these printables on is matte photo paper. So it's a nice thick paper to print your printables on. And of course, I don't know, here it is. So, just gonna get the bone folder and just fold that down. And now I am just going by this one because I made this a while ago. And so now let's see. So I'm just going to take a smidgen off the top or the bottom. And now it's really thick. That's okay. Let's see. I mean, all our pages are going to be roughly the same size in this book. And it just depends on what page I put this on. Let's see. Maybe on the music page. Because then you have the green on the opposite page. So it has to still be a little bit shorter. I want to try to get it as close to the page size as I can, and that looks like that's fine. So we'll just put that on this side. And so what we're going to do, and now this is going to be our pocket that the little insert sits in. And then we're just going to get some craft paper and we're going to make a tab, and then we could embellish it. This was just a really pretty so I'm going to use some of the same paper to make this. So the first thing I want to do is, oh God, my foot is throbbing now. Oh, Lord. Okay. So I want to just get rid of all your white edges here. Okay. And you don't have to do anything with the back because you're not going to see it. And so I guess you determine which side you like better. And you don't even have to have double-sided paper. Yeah, well, this isn't double-sided paper either. But, yeah. Okay. So now the next thing we're going to do is make our piece that is going to go on the inside. And we could go a little bit longer, I think, on this. And we could cheat and just use now this is just going to be single. So it's just going to be, let's see what the size of this is. This is going to be 2 inches as well. And that's 2 inches. How is that possible? That's 2 inches. This has to be a little shorter. Yeah. It's like almost 2 inches. So you want this to be slightly shorter than your inner pocket. So give yourself maybe about 1/4 of an inch. Make it about 1/4 of an inch shorter. So I'm just going to cheat and just make a mark here. And I think I want this a little longer. Okay. I just watched a spooky picture today. Actually, I watched 2 today because I'm kind of like hobbling around the house. I'm trying to stay off my feet. And one was called The Forest. And I don't know if you guys know the series. I think it was Henry VIII. There was the series. And I can't remember anybody's name that was in there. But, I mean, the main guy that's that was Henry VIII, he's a hottie. And then one of his wives, it was the wife, the young wife, she was in this movie, and it was really scary. It was a good movie. You guys should check it out. It was on, I get live TV, and it was on I don't know if it was like on a horror channel, or it was really good, and it's called The Forest. And then I watched it's an old picture with Anthony Hopkins, and Anne Margaret was in it, and Meredith Baxter, and he's a ventriloquist. And I'm just going to leave it at that, but it is a freaky, scary movie, so you got to check that out too. So, I don't know if this is going to turn into a movie channel, but I love horror movies or scary movies. Okay, so for some reason my video no longer recording. So we're going to pick up where it stopped. So we did our pocket, and then I cut out this is a piece that's going to go on the inside. I have a piece of craft paper here for the tab, and then I picked up several tabs, so we'll see which one we're going to use. And I got my little sidekick out, and I don't know if it's going to stick on my mat, but that's okay, we'll deal with it. So I'm just going to cut off a narrow piece here, because these are really narrow. I think they're like 3 inches or something like that. And so let me just make a little mark here, and I'll just cut it slightly shorter. Okay. And I just need that one piece. And let's see. I don't know what I did with the original one that I used, but so I'm going to fold this over so we could cut a few out at the same time. And again, I don't know which one we're going to go with, but we're going to get 4 out of this, which is good. So, I mean, I love the little one for things like this. It doesn't take a lot of room up. And sorry if if everything's shaking. Okay. Let me just put that to the side now. And now we have 4 tabs. And then we'll just see which one we want to use here. So let's see. And you do have a score line that it does score it. That one might be too short. If you can find it. These things are small. Okay. I think we'll probably go with this one. Yep, that one will be fine. So now let me get my... I was trying to get everything out, but of course not. That's not how things work out for me. Okay, here it is. But this is a different ink now because I changed my, I changed the ink, so I'm just gonna go over this one a little bit more. This one is now Vintage Photo. I think I was using a blacker one, but I like the Vintage Photo to do this for the distressing. I like that much better. So I'm just gonna go around this again, just to get a little bit of that brown on here. And these are really easy to make. I'm gonna make a bunch of these later, and so I have them on hand. And then we're just gonna go over our tab here. Okay, let's just do the bottom too. And you want to do the back side too, because you're gonna pull that little card out. And on these, I mean, you could certainly leave the back white, or you could put, you know, a piece of scrap paper on the back that you like, that's not too busy, that you could do some journaling. But we're gonna leave ours white for now. And so let me get my glue so we can, and let me get my little owl here that holds my pins. And then we're just going to put some glue on the edge here. And now I'm just going to eyeball this, you know, try to get it in the middle, but it doesn't have to be exactly in the middle. It's no worries. And then we'll just do the same thing with this over here. Okay. Try to get it as straight as I can. And then we have our little pocket. I think that might be the same one that I use. It looks maybe a little bit different, but that's okay. So now the next thing we're going to do, let me get my page back that we decided to put that on. And it was this page. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this around and we're going to put this going this way. So then we're going to be pulling this out that way. And I kind of like how the green, on this matches the green over here. So, but before we do that, let me just put this to the side. We want to decorate this a little bit. So what I have here is a bag of all different kinds of laces. It's just one bag that I have of many. And so it's always good to use your stash. And so I'm just going to audition some of these. I really love this. I love this lace. And I can't remember where I got it, but I love the color. Let me just push this here a little bit more so you could see. I love the color of this, but I'm thinking that might be just a little too big because it's covering a lot of the paper. So we're going to just keep that one. Plus, I don't have too much of that left. So I think I want to take a little narrower one. Let's see what we got here. We got lots. This one might be good, actually. Like I said, I don't want it to be too wide because I don't want to cover a lot of the paper here. And so that one might be good. I think we're going to go with this one. Maybe. Or maybe this. This one's a little narrower. And I don't want to hide the paper because it's really pretty. Yeah, I think we'll go with this one. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So let me just put, and I like using pins to hold these little bundles of this together. All right, so we're going to go with that one. So let me just get my scissor. We'll cut that piece off. And again, we're going to put our pin back. All right. And so let's see how this is going to fit now. And it always looks nice with a little bit of trim. I just cut a little tiny bit off here. All right. So again, we're just going to get our glue and we're going to put a bead of glue on the edge here. And this is going to dry clear, so no worries. And then we're just going to drop our... And once this dries, if you want to trim off a little bit on the edge, you could certainly do that. Okay. And once it's a little more dry, I'm going to distress the edge again. So we'll just run some distress on the edge there. Okay. So I'm just going to glue the whole thing down because we're not going to use it for a pocket or anything. And it'll give it a little bit more stability, I think. Okay. Okay, this is what I was looking for. I just like to use these because it just distributes the glue better. All right, so we have that. I'm going to trim a little bit off. I'm just going to let it dry for a second. And what I'm going to do now is, and I think I put them away. Yes, I did. Now what you can do is just add some embellishments if you'd like. Okay, so I grabbed a couple different things that we're going to play around with. And I have a huge container here of all kinds of things. I'm just going to hold it to the side. So it's just like one of those decanters you could buy. And I have all my buttons in here, and I have a ton of stuff in here. I have wooden buttons, and there's some butterfly-shaped buttons, just everything you could think of. So rather than having them in a box like I used to, I put them in here so I have them readily available when I need them. And I'm just seeing maybe what we want to use to decorate on here. These don't have a high profile, so you wouldn't want to put something in this on this tag that has a high profile because it's going to interfere with your pages. And I got some really pretty wooden butterfly buttons, and I know I got these from Amazon. And then these are some other pretty buttons too. They're wood. And let's see, just trying to think of which one. Maybe something like that. We'll see. Then the other thing I was thinking about, I like how that one looks. So let me just get rid of this. And all this just sits on my desk. I have a shelf here, and I just have that sitting there. Okay, so this is a possibility. Then I was thinking I have these little metal findings here. And I kind of liked this one. And these are double-sided. So what, because these are connector charms, they're called. And so I'm not going to use them as connector for this. However, these come off really fast. So to get rid of one of these sides, you just get a pair of little pliers, just hold it there. And I believe if you bend it, you see how easy it comes off? And if you want, you could either get a nail file or a piece of what's that paper called? Oh my gosh. Sandpaper. And just file that off. But it's fine. And so I was thinking maybe of using one of those with one of these little pins. And these are, I'm just trying to find a brass one. There's so many in here, my gosh. Okay, here's one. These are used for shirts, you know, to put when you buy a shirt sometimes or a blouse. They will have the tag, like the washing instructions, and even the price tag will hang on these things. I was thinking maybe of just putting this at the edge of the lace just to add a cute little embellishment. If I could close this now. Okay. So see, you just have like a little dangly thing now. And if we could get it to lay flat, I might have to put a jump ring on there because it's not going to lay flat. But it could definitely hang out the bottom even of the journal. So I have to adjust that. And then we have our little butterfly up here. And then I took some Tim Holtz things out. So let's see. And you could certainly distress these wood pieces too. I've done that before. So let me just grab this. And I love these little wooden, I love these wooden beads, these little buttons. And so perhaps we could put him up there. And then I did grab my Tim Holtz ephemera here. And we could certainly, put a paper doll on here too, like I was looking before. I never know which ones to pick when I'm looking at these things. They were all so cute. And I do have to put these in a jar or in one of my clear containers here, so I don't have to go crazy with the packaging. Dealing with the packaging like I always do. And you could decorate this as much or as little as you want. I think I'm just going to leave this simple for now because I'm going to be making a lot of these. And then let me do that when I get myself really organized and I have everything that we need. But I do want to put, and then again, you could decorate the inside as well. Just put some, you could just put some little tabs on here. I'm going to distress these. And so now I'm trying to think, because I want to, I'm growing this channel and I want to put videos up. I'm not going to be able to do them every single day, but I want to do it at least 3 times a week. I think that's a sufficient amount to do. And if I can put them up sooner, if I could put them up more, then I will. But you got to keep in mind that I'm working behind the scenes too, getting things made and, and thinking of things to do and make for the channel. So that all takes a lot of time. And then, the editing aspect of YouTube channels, that takes a long time too. That takes time to do the editing. And so It's just a question of how to best utilize the time to do everything that I want to do. I'm just going to keep it simple on the inside. Let me take this off of here because I don't like how that is sitting there. Like I said, I'm going to just grab a jump ring and put the jump ring on that. So it'll sit flat, but we could put our butterfly on, and we're just going to use the glue. Okay, so let's see. Let's try one of these little jump rings here. This packaging drives me crazy because it's so tiny, everything. It's really hard to get anything in and out of these packages. So I'm going to try to grab one. Okay, we got one. All right. And so let's get this back here. Okay. So I switched things up a little bit, and this is working fine now. And I'm going to have this here, and now that will dangle out of the bottom. And I think that's darling. I think that's just cute. I like having things dangling on these things. Okay, so I got my little drawer of some washi. These are all washi stickers, which I love to use these things. And I want to put something up here. So let's just, I think these were the ones that I saw earlier. I'm going to just put those little washi, yeah, we're just going to go with those. There's so many cute ones. I like those. We'll just go with those because I could just be here all day trying to figure out which one to put on this. I really could. So let's see. Now these are a little tricky. You gotta try to flick it and just start the tip. And then you should be able to peel it. So it's just a little learning curve on these stickers. So let's see how we want to put this down here. And so I would just try to stick one piece down, and there you go. It's that easy. And they don't add any bulk at all because this is going to go on the inside, remember? So let's, now that we have all these components, let us close this on the sides here. So you're just going to put some glue on the top and on the bottom. Just give it a press here. Okay. And then what we're going to do, fold this over so I could get this out of my way. Let me put something to hold that there. And then we are going to, let's put that out of the way too. This fits perfectly. Okay. And so then we're going to put the glue on 3 sides here. Okay. So we're going to let that dry a little bit because this is all very wet. And so then we have our pocket here. I'm just going to let that dry. But now the good thing about this is you not only have your pocket here. Let me see if I can get this in here. Okay, so we had to cut off a pretty substantial amount here because when you glue your pocket, you have a lot less room in there than before you did it. So now it fits fine. So you may have to just adjust yours. But before I put this in permanently, I'm going to let this pocket dry because it's pretty wet with glue right now. And then the other good thing about these pockets, now you have a pocket underneath. So you not only have this pocket that we just made, which this is going to fit in, our little secret journaling spot here. Now we could put a pocket on that side if you want. And we're going to keep decorating our pages in these 3 traveler's journals that we made. And so yeah, so these were a lot of fun. And please hit like and subscribe so we could grow this channel. I appreciate all my new subscribers. Anyone that's new here, thank you so much for watching the video, especially to the end. That really matters when you guys are watching the videos. So please leave a comment. Tell me if you like this kind of content. And yeah, check out those movies I was talking about. They're really good and scary if you like that kind of stuff. And I will try to leave in the description who was in them, or before I make a comment on a movie. That one, The Forest, was a really good scary movie. And I have a Roku TV, so there is a horror channel or 2 on Roku, and I will try to make a comment on that next time. And I like watching that channel. They have like a really good movies throughout the day. And then in the afternoon, I think they have like the Monsters or some weird series that they have. But for the rest of the day, they have really good movies on. So you guys, listen, have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching. And please, again, subscribe, okay? Thank you. You take care. Bye-bye.